Okay, so for personal loans and lines of credit, I'm going to go through a few examples here. So Richard's car insurance of $1,400 was due in 2 days. He did not have the cash available, so he went to a Payday Loan store for a loan. He had to repay the store $1,635.20 within 14 days. What was the daily interest rate of the loan for Part A? That's the first thing we're going to do. And the second part we're going to do is find out what the annual interest rate. So daily, of course, is per day. Annual is over the entire year. So the part B is actually going to be simple. We're just going to have to worry about multiplying by 365 after we find our value for part A. So we're going to start off with the formula I is equal to PRT, which is our simple interest formula. We know the amount of interest. We can solve this because what we would do is take the final amount, the $1,635.20, subtract off what he had to pay initially, or what the initial cost was, and then that will leave us with $235.20, and that's the amount of interest. The principal amount, of course, is given right here. The interest rate we don't know, and the amount of time is also given to us in the question, 14 days. So I plug in all my information. I know that my amount of interest is $235.20. The principal amount was $1,400, and this is P times R times T. So we have P, 1,400, times R, which we don't know, times T, which is 14. So if I work out all this, the values of these, and what I have to do is I'm going to have to take 1,400 times 1,400 times 14, which I end up getting 19,600 times R is equal to 235.20. So just use a calculator to figure out what that is. Now, in order to solve for R, I have to do a little bit of algebra. I have to divide by the value that's in front of R, the 19,600. Divide this side by the 19,600. This will cancel, leaving me with just R. And on the left-hand side, if I divide this using a calculator, I end up getting 0.012. If I convert that into a percent, 0.012, I multiply by 100, I end up getting 1.2%. So the daily percent is 1.2. To get yearly percent or annually, the annual or yearly interest rate, all I have to do is multiply by 365. I take 1.2, multiply by 365, I end up getting a yearly interest rate of 438%, which is very high. But these loans are typically meant to be very short term. That's why the interest rates are so high. You're meant to pay them back right away. So again, just to recap, start with the I equals PRT formula, the interest rate formula. We're going to work this out. The interest is kind of easy to find. We just subtract the two values to find out what my interest is, how much money I'm paying in interest. And then we plug those values into the formula, and we can solve for the interest rate, R, by just doing a little bit of algebra, dividing and figuring out my decimal, and then changing that decimal to a percent. The second example I want to work through is this one here. So it says, Stanley borrowed $4,500 from his credit union to do some home renovations. The loan has an annual interest rate of 5.75% and an amortization of period of 3 years. It says you will need the personal loan calculator table on page 320 to answer the following question. So I've included the loan calculator as a PDF form, so you don't need to go to page 320. So I have that right at the bottom here. Here's my loan calculator. The way that this works is you have the term in years, 1, 2, 3 to 4, or 1 to 5, and then the interest rate is on the side here. So basically, we just have to match it up with how many years we're borrowing the money for and what the interest rate is. So in this case, what I have to do is I look at 3 years, and my interest rate is 5.75%. So go back to my chart here. 5.75 is right here, and 3 years is right here. So 30.31. 30.31. This is the amount of money per $1,000. Per $1,000. And the interest is compounded monthly. So this is the amount of money I would pay per month. 30.31. So if I go back to here, monthly payment, so we have to figure this one out first, part A. So I know that the monthly payment is going to be $30.31. That is my monthly payment. But that is per $1,000. So I have to figure out, if I take $4,500, that's how much money he's borrowing. If I divide that by 1,000, I end up getting 4.5. So 4.5 is the amount I'm going to have to multiply the 30.31 by. And I end up getting that, if I work this out in the calculator, I get about $136.40. Again, I'm using a calculator for all these questions. And that is the monthly payment. So that would be per month. So keep in mind that the amount of money that's given to you on the chart is per $1,000. Because we had $4,500, we had to multiply that value by 4.5. So that's the first step, calculating the monthly payment, which we did. Part B says calculate the total amount he will pay over 3 years. Well, all I have to do is figure out this amount per month, $136.40. That's per month. If I multiply by 12, I'll get per year. And if I multiply that by 3 after, I will get for the full 3 years. So I multiply that times 12 times 3, and I end up getting a final answer of $4,900.10, or sorry, $4,910.40, and this is the total amount that he will pay for the loan. The last part, calculate the finance charge. The finance charge is how much extra he's paying. How much extra? So he's paying $4,910.40. He took out a loan for $4,500 though. So how much over is he paying? He's paying about $410.40. So to recap, we need to always check the finance calculator, line up the amounts that are told to you. So in this case, it was 5.75% at 3 years. This is the amount of money per month per $1,000. So you always have to divide by 1,000 to figure out what you have to multiply your monthly payment by. Then you have your monthly payment, and then you'll get questions based on that per year, per 2 years, per 3 years. You have to multiply by 12 first to get per 1 year, and then multiply by how many years you have in total. Finance charge, again, is the extra amount of money you're going to be paying beyond the initial loan. The initial loan was $4,500. He's paying $4,910, so he's paying an extra fee, the finance charge, of $410.40. The last example I want to go over is I want to set this up, just kind of go through each option. This is from your assignment, from the book. So, Manon is buying a new TV. The TV costs $3,499 in the store. She has only $1,000 saved up to use as a down payment. She has the following payment options. So, she can get a loan from a bank at 6.5% per annum for 2 years and pay cash. So, the first thing you'll have to do with the $1,000 is you're going to have to take that off. So, actually what she's paying, because she has a down payment, subtract the $1,000, which leaves me with $24,999.99. So this is actually the amount you're going to be using for most of these, just to see, because that's how much she has to pay back. That's how much the loan she's going to have to get. So if she got a loan from the bank at 6.5% per annum per year over 2 years, so again, I go to my loan. This is going to be a loan calculator. So that's what we're going to use for this loan calculator. And keep in mind that I have to take this amount and divide by 1,000 to figure out for my loan calculator what I do. So that's going to be about 2.5. So 2.5 will be the amount I multiply after I check the 6.5% for 2 years, that amount on my calculator, on the loan calculator. Option 2, she takes the store payment plan of $50 down payment and 12 monthly payments of $325. Well, all you have to do here is multiply these two values, 325 times 12. And then take the storm payment plan of a $50 down payment. So she's actually going to be using the full amount, the $34.99. So she has that amount there, and then she adds on her $50 payment. So you can figure out how much that option is going to cost her. And lastly, take out a payday loan. She would be required to pay at 1.12% daily interest and would have to repay the loan within 30 days. So this would be an I equals PRT, where I'm going to find out what my interest is. I know my principal. It's going to be $24.99.99 because this is assuming that she is using her $1,000 to pay down for the down payment. And then I'm going to have to multiply that by my rate, which is 1.12%, which is 0.0112. Don't forget to change these things to a percent. The percents have to be changed to decimals, so always divide by 100. And then times the amount of time. It's daily interest for 30 days, so we're going to use 30 as our time. And that will be my amount of interest. So that should give you a head start on this question for your homework. Again, maybe rewind the video and go through it again if you got stuck or if you were kind of unsure of something. You can always let me know as well. Hopefully that helps you. I hope you get started in your assignment, and I hope things go well. Thanks.